My nan thinks you're all fab as well.
Has she been watching the episodes?
Is she our viewer?
Is she the one fan on Twitch?
I was like, look, I'm on the telly. She was like, oh.
Is she the one that's been emailing me telling me I've been nasty to Zerelda?
Zerelda got a bed. Zerelda's well happy. And money.
Shut it down, Aldred. Hit it, Iggy.
Roller initiative.
Oh, it's a bit rough out here.
Hello and welcome to episode 10 of Waterdeep, where we're all going to go on a sea shanty. I'm Paul. I'm joined by these nutters. I'm frankly disinterested in kind of like introducing them because it'll be a quieter episode. I'm joined by Pirate Ben.
Yar.
I'm joined by Pirate Other Ben.
Yar.
I'm joined by Pirate Joe.
Yar!
I have no idea what the fuck that was. I'm joined by Pirate Martin.
Top of the morning to you.
Who clearly is not a very good pirate. And I'm joined by Pirate Josh.
Yar.
We're joined by Captain Paul.
Yes, I'm Captain Paul, and if any of you fuckers mess me around, you're going to walk the plank. That's all I'm saying. And this is episode 10, did we say? I think we said episode 10 of Waterdeep. Yeah. Let's just get straight into it, actually. Let's just get straight into it. Because I don't see the need to do anything else. In fact, you can all see what the guys are playing on account of the fact that the names are on the frames. Iggy is a cleric. In fact, the classes are on the frames as well. So, there we go.
So get your glasses on and read.
And I'm just kind of with it. Oh, your nan is tuned in. We've got 2 viewers. I might be one of them. I'm always slightly confused. I don't know.
I'm not, so there must be at least another.
Oh, wow.
I did check it earlier.
Hi, Joe's nan.
But
I hope you're doing okay.
June.
Hi, June. It sounds like a very elven name, if you ask me. So, what happened last time? Last time, Joe made a bed. Zerelda made a bed. It was pretty good. Ode made a plan. Fenn made a robbery. Ignatius made a friend. And Aldred made some money.
Yeah, I think Aldred made some money and made some dinner plans, I think was what happened.
Aldred made good times with students, I think, is what happened.
Yeah, I think that was
that Ofsted need to inspect the academy.
Yeah. Their rating.
Aldred made inappropriate moves.
Their rating.
I found a map.
Sorry.
And I found a map. Well, I don't know where it's from.
Yeah,
or
that's
who
right.
to.
Yeah.
But I found a map.
Yes.
I found our house is haunted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I recall, your general intention for the session today is to heist the Gralhunds.
I think that's the plan.
Just try and find out incriminating information, I think. Is that right?
I mean, that was secondary to getting money, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the primary objective was Ode wanted just to rob someone, I think.
Rob's.
Oh yeah, because Tweedledee and Tweedledum down at the Screw Dragon are trying to foment kind of unrest in the nobility and to kind of achieve a socialist end of equalising the capitalistic society.
But then when I actually
That's
asked
exactly
what
what
you're going to look for, he didn't
Slash,
clue.
they want gold to Scrooge McDuck it up.
Who doesn't?
Frankly,
I'll have to get the gold off Ode first.
cold and carpets, and that joke has cost us probably Joe's grandma. But there we go. Okay. Right. So it's early summer, as I recall, in Waterdeep. Early summer. Okay. So let's switch to fancy grounds as it happens. Let's do that, and let's get that over there. Yeah.
Oh, I've not done my my death rolls. I'm dead.
That's what.
We totally should have rubbed the dark
I think
blades.
did we all die?
That's
No, I
I think
survived. I
three of us.
stabilized.
Three of us are dead.
Yep.
That's Donolo coming to get us.
Okay. So what did you learn when you were kind of like staking this out? And also, I think Zerelda, you had got kind of an offer for employment as well.
I did. I got a job
Ooh.
there.
So this is the kind of like rough layout of the Gralhund villa.
Whoa. Stop. Sorry, I was zooming in and out there uncontrollably.
Quite big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Quite
sizable.
cool.
So these kind of like marks here are trees, essentially, and they're in full bloom at the moment. So down on the bottom right hand corner, you won't be able to see where my mouse is moving, but I guarantee you my bottom right corner is pretty much obscured by our pictures actually. But there's a set of stables, and then you have the kind of like villa proper. So you've got a guard barracks. And there are about 20 house guards stationed in the barracks
Bloody hell.
within the villa. Okay. Then you've got kind of like some utility rooms, kitchen, pantry, etc. Then there's a great hall. It's a 2-story block, and this is primarily kind of what Zerelda is bringing back from her interview when she was kind of brought into there. And as you were kind of like spotting it out, you kind of know that this gate allows passage for the family and the guards, but not anybody else. Everybody else has to kind of like be shown through. And there's a library, and there's a study of Orond, who is Lord Orond.
If I get a piece of paper so I can make notes.
Okay. And in addition to Lord and Lady Gralhund, there we have some kids. And there are around about serving staff of or waiting like servants of around about 10 servants.
That doesn't seem like many.
But it's supplemented by like kind of like dailies that kind of come in and do things.
Alright. It's just the people that
Yeah,
are
but-
in the mic all the time.
If the Lord and Lady out the house, I assume they take some of them guards with them.
They have a bodyguard, dedicated bodyguard.
Ah, okay.
Right.
The rough Eltorchul neighborhood, yeah. They need the bodyguards.
And you'll know, Ode, that pretty much everybody is it's busy almost all the time, day and night. There's footfall traffic, the watch kind of patrol and such like.
Okay. How long has Zerelda been working there, and what's her current role within that house now?
Okay, so let's give it
Headmaker.
a couple of weeks. So Zerelda's been there a couple of weeks, and her role is head of the guard, essentially.
Oh,
Heads.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Zerelda's like, well, why would it not be? Everybody else is like, oh, I'm impressed. So Zerelda, make me an insight check.
Oh. Oh, I know how to do this.
Be very insightful.
I probably told the Zerelda at some point they've got something to do with the Zhents.
There he is again.
Yeah, so Zerelda, you don't really establish masses about the guards. They're all kind of fairly run-of-the-mill. nothing particularly special about them. There's a half-orc bodyguard who keeps himself apart from the guards, and he sticks with the Lord and Lady Yala and Orond being the guy. They're nasty pieces of work. They're not very friendly. They look down upon you. They take every opportunity to kind of cut the wages of the guards, and just generally aren't pleasant people. Yeah, even more so than most nobles, it would be fair to say. But you don't really establish much about the guards. You don't think that they're in league with the Zhentarim. They don't really have masses of political affiliation or anything. They just kind of want to do their duty, get paid, go out, get drunk, go whoring, that kind of thing. But there is an individual who stays off into the second floor and kind of almost seems to have... He must have some dirt on the Gralhunds, because you think him is pretty common, but they seem to treat him with kid gloves. And that's an individual called Erstal Floxin. And he keeps secret. He keeps his own hours, strange hours. Sometimes he's in, sometimes he's not. And he keeps himself a bit from the guards. And it's an unusual arrangement. Let's just put it that way. And in terms of what else you find, Zerelda. This is the kind of upper. Let me share it.
Okay.
So you've got
The upper floor.
Yeah, the upper floor. Okay, so you've got the servants' wing, where the servants are crushed together, more or less. You've got a balcony that looks out onto the outside. There's a master bedroom, and then attached to that there's a children's bedroom. And there are 3 children that they have. They have an 18-year-old girl, but she's off visiting a cousin in Yartar. They have a 13-year-old boy called Zartan and a 10-year-old boy named Greth. And they're quite pleasant children. The 13-year-old is starting to get a bit of a nasty streak, a bit malicious, a bit petty. But the 10-year-old is pretty wholesome.
Is the 18-year-old girl visiting her cousin mean she's actually pregnant? And they've shipped her off.
She's at the Eltorchul Academy.
She was a member.
You can start that room if you want, Iggy.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, it's not really my bag, but it's gifted.
You start that rumour around a few taverns and whatnot. By the end of the week, several people are claiming that it was them that made her pregnant.
So just to confirm, 3 kids, 13, 10 and 18, didn't get their names, right?
Zartan is the 13-year-old boy. Greth is the 10-year-old boy, and Tomasin is the 18-year-old sister, who is either up the duff or visiting a cousin in Yarta.
Or
possibly both.
Isn't Zartan the machine from Big? The fortune-telling machine from Big?
I ain't got a clue.
No idea.
My iPad really doesn't like these names. One is now called Gareth. Just record.
FYI. And there's a big ballroom upstairs as well.
I assume that's the top room.
Yeah, the big top room.
Oh, I thought that was
vault or anything of the like.
Sorry?
Is there a vault or anything of the like? I guess Zerelda wouldn't be party to that kind of information.
Not especially. The study on the ground floor is possibly the most likely location, or maybe in the library. Yeah,
study.
And Zerelda could draw out these maps for you if asked. Yeah, at this rough sketch level.
So just to confirm, there are 2 entrances to the estate: the stables and the main gate. Is that?
That's right. Yes, and now the main gate is magically protected. So make me an investigation check.
Oh, this again.
Not insight,
It was
investigation.
last
A
time.
main gate and a stable gate, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh,
14. Sorry.
I need to move the map out of the way. 14. Okay, so you know that the main gate to the top, in that wall, is magically protected with an arcane lock spell. So it would require quite a bit of strength to force them. Quite difficult to pick. But members of the Gralhund family, their staff, their guards, can open the gates.
How tall are the walls?
The walls are probably about 15 feet. 12 foot high. 12 foot high, sorry.
So Zerelda can open the gate since she now works there, so that's okay.
You're not
Does it
required to, as captain, Zerelda, you're not required to bunk with the guards.
oh,
Oh, does that mean Zerelda's bed's been going free for the last 2 weeks then?
No, she's not. She's not required to bunk with the guards. So I assume she's been sleeping in her bed.
yeah.
I thought she'd be sleeping at the
She only
man.
she does day shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a classic manager.
Yeah.
It does also mean that I guess we'd have all bumped into each other around the manor.
Yeah.
Our manor.
Iggy just talking about some ghost. The rest of us like, what are you talking about?
And also, Zerelda, you learned that the kind of gardener and his 2 substantial mastiffs have had a necromantic ritual cast over them, and they become shadows at night, and they will attack any and anything that kind of goes into the gardens after sundown that they don't recognise.
Wow.
Wow. They're definitely protecting something.
Boys, there is some weird stuff going on there at that house. I can tell you that. And they've cut the wages of the guards again.
Bastards.
I tell you, I'm not gonna have anyone left by the end of this week. I can tell you if they keep cutting it.
Have they cut your wages as well?
Baby, I don't get my wages cut.
Do the guards blame the fact that you're getting paid so much that they're not getting paid anything?
Yeah.
There are some disgruntled guards in there that would stab her on sight, don't you worry. And also take a knife to her back.
Guards that walk out, less there are for us to deal with.
What was that?
You were speaking half, Phil.
Speaking of half-elf.
Your
So
ship's
am I,
gonna be
darling.
destroyed by the end of this.
So I imagine like we have just this map out on like a table, and we're all just like going around it. Now, would we know of any sewer entrance that goes below here?
Not without any further kind of like investigation. How would you intend to find that out?
You're used to the sewers, though, Fenn.
What?
Would that not be your thing?
Yeah, being
Yes.
around.
Fenn,
Yeah.
sewer crawler.
Yeah.
Fenn goes and gets his carrion crawler outfit so he can go incognito.
Yeah. I do have a disguise kit that I'm proficient with.
Can you look like either of them two?
No.
Like the tall woman or the guy who's punching?
The guy who's punching.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, what have you boys been up to?
Crime. I mean, making legal money.
Well-earned coin.
Yeah.
I've been looking after the academy, and I was trying to investigate into those gangs, but it didn't turn up anything.
You're very quiet.
I should bring the mic closer. But yeah, so he was investigating the gangs, it didn't turn up anything.
Oh dear.
Ode, what do you expect to find in this place? From my scouting, I can tell Zentarum had something to do with this place. I can't tell what, but...
What?
When you mention Zentarum, it's almost like there's daggers in Ode's eyes.
That assassin got there.
That sounds like...
He spits he spits tobacco, and there's a massive ping, twing.
Even though there's no spittoon anywhere.
Or a bucket or anything.
It's actually the ghost been really upset making that noise.
Ode just says Tweedledum and Tweedledum following around making sound effects.
It's about right.
Well, they can be our cannon fodder if it goes south.
Yeah, they can go in the front.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the vanguard.
They can be the distraction that helps us get away when they're hacked down.
And then we kill them afterwards, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So what is what I'm going to call the plan? What's the
I have
intention?
no idea.
So at this point, Aldred's gonna stand up and be like, I don't condone any of your actions, and I don't recommend you try and invade this noble's households. You, especially Fenn, as part of the Grey Hands, definitely shouldn't go into their private quarters, and definitely shouldn't look for evidence of their involvement with the Zerelda.
Well, the Blackstaff did say to find out information about the Gralhunds.
Yeah, he's being.
She pretty much told us to do that.
I know. I'm doing that. What's it called? I'm doing that Dumbledore thing where you say, "Don't sneak around," and then give you like,
Yeah, give you the map.
advice.
Pick him up with an invisible cloak.
I
Yeah.
was like, "These are people I'm hosting at my household at exactly sundown today. I can't condone this action," and he leaves.
I thought he was on board. I think we need to go tell the Blackstaff that he doesn't want to be a Greyhound anymore.
Yeah. That can be our mission now.
Yeah.
So you
We'll find the intel and then go hand it back to him and say he's not bothered about the upgrading anymore. He was actually consulting with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll send her there and be like, look, he's having them for dinner, right?
He's having them out for dinner.
Fuck, I forgot the two things.
Let's go rob Aldred's place. We know. Oh no, he's in.
Yeah. He's also got no money.
Yeah, that too.
Or socks. Which
Yeah,
is a
socks.
thing you can steal.
Got money.
boys, I really think I should make you. If you're really gonna do this, I think you should at least have an understanding of what you might be up against in there.
What's the easiest way
Zerelda
in?
to start with.
What's the...
Hey,
What's the easiest way in?
Probably the stables.
I was gonna say the stables. I think at least that way you're getting in from behind. It's wide open from the gate.
It's wide open behind. Zerelda, you're head of the guard, yeah?
I am, and I'm just not happy with the way things are going on around there. And you're bringing up Zentarum.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is, you said
Bits again.
you were having difficulty retaining your guards because they pay so crap. Is
How
there
about three new
extra
guards?
spots? Yeah.
That is such a
Three
clever
new
idea.
guards.
Well, I could certainly try.
But not today by sundown when they're being hosted at Aldred's.
I mean,
Find some
well,
uniforms.
not gonna work.
Yeah, can you get us additional uniforms?
They're not expecting me there. I've finished for the day.
You left something behind.
Your laundry.
3
Free
suits of
uniforms.
armor.
Your
You
3
left your
spare
socks there.
uniforms.
I don't mind saying that kind of like the older conversation happens in the future rather than has just happened, so you can have a few days more to prep.
Okay.
Listen, let me see what I can do. I might be able to get you in on the night watch. That's where we're struggling the most. They cut the premiums.
Do you know the
Western
patrol route?
Tesco's.
Do you at least get dental? Do you at least get dental though?
Dental plan.
but seriously, it'll still be heavily guarded.
Yeah, by us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are other things you
And
need
we're
to know.
terrible.
So one of the days that you're kind of there, Zerelda, this character Erstal Floxin, who's genuinely not a pleasant chappy. He approaches you in a kind of arrogant manner. Captain,
Well, howdy.
I understand that the Lord and Lady are going to the Eltorchuls in 3 days' time.
I've heard this, yes.
Well, I'm having a little soiree of my own.
Oh, damn.
It needs to be kept quiet. And he hands you a kind of bag of gold. There'll be this again if you make sure that we are undisturbed in the Great Hall.
Okay, I'm sure that can be arranged, but I'm gonna need to know a little bit more if you want me to pull this off. What's this soiree? Don't worry, you'll have my discretion.
There's going to be 5 coming through. I'll show them through the stable door. Then you just keep your nose out of it.
Very well.
I've got
I
access
was-
to some serious firepower if you fuck me over.
I see. Well, I could put some extra guarding on if you would like that evening.
Coming out of that bag of cash, whomever it is, just make sure that we're not disturbed.
Very well. I am gonna have to pull these in.
Then he grabs your tunic and he kind of comes and pulls you forward. When I say serious firepower, I'm talking about Manchun. So don't fuck me over. You know it's like he's like a massively powerful wizard, legendary status. You immediately recognise his name as kind of a big bag of mashings.
I see. Of course, you will not be disturbed. Don't worry about that.
Just make sure that's the case. Now, there's more copper than gold in that bag. But all in total, it comes to about 35 gold pieces.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure the boys will be happy with whatever they can get.
He gave me 35 copper pieces, guys. Are you in?
Considering we've roughly equated a gold to like 100.
Yeah, but you also
Yeah.
got an excuse to bring in
pretty
more
decent.
guards.
Yeah. Also,
got
that's 35 gold pieces is like 35 days of living.
That's a fair bit.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah. Yeah. You got a reason to bring an extra now.
Yeah, you come along to the guys. He gave me 10 gold to do this job, so here's your guy's share.
Yeah, roll deception.
Because when this goes terribly, terribly wrong, Zerelda will be after.
That's also true, yeah.
I am just going to share about the mushroom person.
Mushroom person.
What's
Nice, not a
One of
bad
the
joke.
most powerful mages.
He's got some fungal spores coming over later. I don't really know what it's about. I assume it's like, Yugtmoy, the archdevil of fungi.
What would you equate him to in this world? He's like the super powerful wizard mafia boss of Faerun, right?
He's the Godfather.
Is that the best way to like sum him up?
Yeah.
He sounds like a Batman villain to me. Manchun.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. So yeah,
I'll write that down.
probably kind of like a founding mafioso that's gone insane.
Is he Saruman or Sauron?
Saruman.
Okay.
But Godfather Saruman.
Yeah.
Don Saruman.
That's a cool name.
I think we just found our episode title.
So, boys, whatever you do, do not go in the Great Hall. It's the big room on the first floor.
Is there anywhere round the Great Hall?
The ground floor. It's the ground floor.
The
Is
whole
it?
ground floor.
Yeah. No, so if you look at the ground floor picture, which I think is called
That middle bit.
So
Oh.
yep, essentially there.
Oh,
So
I see what
you've got the stables in the right hand corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact, what I've just done is I've just messed up the frames.
We walk into
You've got the
Zhents.
stables, then you've got the gardens basically. Then you've got the guard barracks. Then
Yep.
you've got 3 rooms. The top room is the laundry room. The bottom
Yep.
room is a kitchen. The middle room is
Is
a
that
kitchen. The bottom room is a
stairs?
pantry.
Are they stairs up
The
from the
stairs
laundry
up,
room?
Yep. And then you get the great hall, and then some more stairs up, I think. And then there's
Oh, so the stairs are in the Great Hall.
And
Yeah.
some small ones in the laundry
yeah,
room.
so that's the
Yeah,
servant stairs.
So maybe we can avoid the Great Hall by using the servants' quarters.
Yeah, if we go through the kitchen into the laundry room and up.
The library is off the Great Hall. The study is just off the library, and there's a den and trophy room, which is that the left room of the Great Hall at the top, and the bottom room is the parlour. So if you think that there's information in the library and the study,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to go to the Great Hall. The windows are all barred on the first floor on account of thieves.
Us.
So we get in as we come in. The plan is then we come in staged as guards.
Find the study and library.
Do we spend at least? Do we go like the day before, like do the evening shift the night before, and just act normal, or do we just go? Oh no, because he don't want the Gralhund to know, so we can only be there.
Yeah, we've been hired for
Okay.
this night, haven't we?
One night, yeah.
Well, actually, if we're going to secure the place, we'd need to get there before his party and actually check the place through.
Yeah, but we'll have to go on the day after.
Yeah. Well, no, it's in like so. So if the party's in the when the Gralhunds go out, he's not immediately having his soiree, is he? There'll be some kind of middle ground that we can actually get in there and have a look round.
That's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
And they'll be sociably late.
Zerelda's
I like
actually
the keyword
agreed
assumption.
Zelda. Black Cauldron. Dark Crystal, sorry. Zerelda has agreed to secure the place for the night, so presumably she'll be working into the night shift for this event rather than leaving it up to the regular mods.
And even so, the regular guards can't even go in the Great Hall. We've got to avoid the Great Hall, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, can we get into the library and the thing before his people turn up?
So Zerelda, if no one's to disturb the Great Hall, even the standard guards must be told to stay away from the Great Hall. So you can post them to like the edge, the fringes of a perimeter. Say, the majority go guard the front gate or go guard the stable door. And that means you can keep the majority of guards away from the house, and we can be the house guards, like around the servants' quarters. So that'll keep away most guards from like us for the night.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how you'll get into the library. That's what I'm.
With a candlestick.
So
Colonel Mustard will escort you in.
I think it's just we have to gamble it, don't we, and see if we're going to get there. We'll aim to arrive before the Gralhunds leave because they're not going to question. They probably don't know who their guards are. We're all just plebs to them. So if we can get there before they leave, and when they leave, go check the library and the study then, and then get out before his people come in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Well, hell, we could sit in the library in the study and wait for his party to go.
Yeah. Wait till 6 a.m. in the morning and then rob a place.
Yeah.
But Shin, we want to go upstairs and rob upstairs as well.
The
Oh,
Gralhunds
God.
Oh, I
will
want
be
to.
back
Yeah.
I was going to say,
before 6 in the morning.
Fucking ransack the
presumably
place.
the Gralhunds will be back at some point.
I mean, I'm hosting them for a dinner, not like a night party.
Can you not drug them?
No! I mean, technically, they're
Just drug them a little bit so that they don't know that how long
Sorry.
you're boring them for.
I mean, Aldred's perfectly capable of it, but I don't think he's gonna do it.
What would the black staff want?
Oh,
Aldred looks
Aldred.
down at his what would the black staff do wristband.
Yeah.
Probably have a lot more powerful magic than.
Oh, Aldred kicks out the Gralhunds early, so they come back and find
Oh.
Thing and that doing
Having
something
his
he's not
soiree.
meant to, having his soiree when he's not meant to. Then that's not Zerelda's fault, technically, that they came out early.
Technically,
And that'll create a
that's
distraction.
kind of correct.
Well, I'm hoping this isn't going to be fruitless. Like, I'm hoping to discuss a few topics with them and see what reaction I get out of them.
So they might leave early when you've pissed them off anyway.
Exactly. So that might. Both of the things might coincide, actually, now that you've said it.
Yeah, by absolute fluke.
Yeah.
Okay, so guarding, I think you're right. I think I'll keep them to the servant area and the 2 gates predominantly, and away from the house entirely.
We'll probably want to use the servant area to get around, so you probably
We'll
want to
need to get out of there at some point.
Get us all in. Send one batch of guards to the front gate, one batch of guards to guard the stables, and we'll guard the house.
Yeah, but the guards will know us because they'll be told, these are the new guys for tonight. There's a soiree on. We've brought in some extra hands.
Could Zerelda organise it so the not shift rotate, but patrols rotate, or particular routes and times in which they're meant to be, so we can at least have a window of escape.
What do you have a Casio pocket watch that tells exact time at this in this kind of thing?
Well, no, but
You take out your sundial that's strapped to your wrist and like,
Yeah.
But we're doing this at night.
Yeah.
the moon. Yeah, you've got dark vision. You can see the shadows of the moon.
yeah, no, but like, okay,
I was
maybe
just
not like
night by Warhammer.
not discernible by time, but if they if we allegedly change shifts.
You're the special crew anyway that's supposed to be guarding this party, so I don't.
Yeah, so we don't need
I
to.
think shift
The
work
guards
will be an
should.
issue for you.
The guards.
Yeah, but my point is, like, we'll need a way out anyway. So if there's a change of shift for each one, they rotate to a different spot.
Yeah, but if the guards know that we're there for a reason, we'll be like, it's the end of our shift, we're off home, and we just walk out.
No, not the end of the shift, but we just take over from where they are, and they've gone off to do what our job was, and then we just fuck off.
We could just disappear anyway. Doesn't matter. We'll just tell them it's the end of our shift.
If we want to keep Zerelda's cover, we're going to have to basically be on shift until the end of a standard shift anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
But is that, on the upper floor, the big room at the top of the map?
Yeah.
Ballroom.
Is that a balcony coming off it?
On the right is the balcony.
Hold on 2 seconds.
I can't see that map anymore.
Oh, that's what I was getting confused. The ballroom and the hall. Thing.
So, no, it's not. It's essentially a big window, but the ground floor windows are kind of got metal grids on them. The balcony lives in the U. Effectively, so where the guards are, the guard quarters, and then where there's a tree, the balcony just extends slightly out that way.
Okay.
So speaking, it only just brushes up against the tree which is below it.
So what's the plan? Are we going to have guard costumes? We're going to come in.
Yeah.
between when the Gralhunds leave and when it starts. So we are essentially the extra cover guards for this soiree.
Mhm.
The other guards will know us, they'll see us, but they know what we're there for, and they'll be posted around the house, kind of out of our way.
Are we going to be introduced to these shadow hounds then?
Oh, shit, they're in the grounds, aren't they? Outside.
They're in the garden,
In
so
the garden.
just avoid the garden.
Boys,
Yeah, so,
if any of the other guards ask you what you're being paid, you tell them 1 copper.
How much are we?
yeah, we're cheap.
Oh, also, just for reference, are these guard outfit, and presumably their armor, is that going to affect your stealthiness?
I'm not stealthy at all anyway.
I know, but
I presume they're not going to be full armor, are they? They're
Yeah,
just
it's
going
not
to
even
be
like
like
full.
the top.
I imagine it's leather.
What are they wearing when they're in this guard outfit? Is it going to impede their stealth?
Not especially. It's mostly tabard and stuff.
I was going to say, if they're only paying us 1 copper a day, they're not going to be outfitting us with like, full
Filthy
plate.
tabard in kind of colours and not providing equipment and stuff. You got to bring that yourself.
Is there a helmet?
No, there's not a helmet. You're not wearing a helmet.
It's all right. We don't wear bandanas anyway.
I'm going to stand out like a sore thumb.
No, they've got a half up
Yeah, 1 Half-Orc.
already, so you just look like another. You're token number 2.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they'll mistake you for the other guy because everyone's racist.
Yeah, but I bet he's massive and brawny, and I'm like scrawny.
Brawny.
He's also the bodyguard, not part of the guards.
Yeah.
Well, this is
So,
why.
yeah,
this
maybe that's how you got hired. Then you're like his weedy cousin.
Yeah.
This is what disguise kits were invented for.
I probably am for all I know. Yeah, I could disguise myself as him, but I'd need like a fat suit.
I was going to say, does disguise self enable you to change your body shape?
No, I've got a disguise kit. That's it.
Oh, right, even worse.
It doesn't make anything
Stick a feather in my hair, and that's about it.
It doesn't make anything tangible though when you disguise self.
No.
Yeah, I don't know that that'll work on the garden defenses that they have.
What are you doing about these?
Legitimate guards, can you not like introduce us to how to talk to these dogs as to prevent them actually just chasing us?
What about Tweedledum and Tweedledee?
I think we have
one
to
of them's a safe cracker. I can't remember what the other one.
Are they being disguised as guards?
The one
Well, they'll have to
safe
be.
cracker, the other one's a wisecracker.
If only we knew which way around.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
get to the
don't
safe
know
and
which
he's
one
like-
does what.
Yeah, you take the wrong one to the safe and you're like,
Yeah.
That's like that quest in Witcher where you get to choose, and one of them literally just blows it with dynamite, and one of them picks it. It's like, which do you go for?
Yeah, they'll need guard outfits as well.
Okay. Also, so you are you going to try and disguise yourselves? Because there's quite a lot of witnesses that could kind of like pin you to the scene.
I'm going to make my appearance look different.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case, later on, they're like, that's that guy saw robbing the place last night. They're going to notice things missing.
My symbol's on my shield, so I'm really going to struggle to cast anything without a shield on me.
Take a different
you can have a
shield.
holy symbol around your neck and just like keep it as a. If you buy
I'll
a
have
holy
to-
symbol,
Zerelda can carve you one out of wood.
I can make my
Oh,
own
you can
one
make your own,
myself.
yeah.
Great.
you can make it a
I don't need no carpentry shield.
I don't need no Jesus.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to kind of make ourselves look a bit different, aren't we? I'm quite distinctive though.
You're very distinctive.
Yeah, you have to shave your beard off.
Fuck off. I'll shave your head off before I shave.
Would you be able to dye it black? Is that something he'd be able to do?
Disguise kit.
Disguise kit. I can
No, no,
try and disguise you. I can try and disguise us all a bit by using my kit.
Go on, do it.
Oh, cool.
Into the tower.
So you
Into
surely
the tower,
have to
please.
How
give a
many
description of all of
rolls?
our new disguises.
You don't need to disguise me.
Yeah, because you're light everywhere.
I'm just the incompetent master of the guard by the end of this, probably.
Yeah. Never hired again.
What ability does this guy's kit use?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
plus my proficiency.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
proficient with it.
plus Dex plus proficiency. So that's
So that's plus.
okay.
Oh,
That's
that's
no, I don't
really
know.
bad.
That's for you. Let's have one for Iggy.
That was a 1, I assume.
Bear in mind, you're gonna have to white up like a 6'8" black guy now.
And let's have one for Ode. I'm assuming Ode's getting disguised.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
To
Are you
your
going
to
full
your
elf or full human?
hmm?
Oh, you're half
Yeah,
elf.
make him look
So you're
human.
disguising full elf or full human?
I'll make him look more like an elf.
Contouring.
Yeah.
okay.
It's like all those videos on YouTube.
Ear
where-
extensions on me.
So Zerelda, you kind of like cast your eye over these, and you think that you wouldn't hide them, but the Iggy's beard's been blackened with soot.
And he's walking on his knees, so he looks like a dwarf.
He's walking on his knees, so nobody's gonna notice that.
I've put my shoes on my knees though, so it looks like legit.
Yeah.
You cut out when you were telling Zerelda what she thinks. Did she
Yeah,
think
I
they look
was
crap, did
gonna
you
say
say?
You look passable, all right. I mean,
Oh, right.
it's hard for you to gauge Zerelda because you kind of can see them in the disguises as well. So whether
I
it
mean-
would,
It might do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's about the sum of it. So what is the plan then, guys?
Yeah, Ode, what are you after in this place apart from we're trying to find out?
Well, we're after. Well, primarily we're after anything that'll
Sell on the black market.
incriminate the Gralhunds.
So you're not going to head straight to the sock drawer?
Oh no, I'm getting out anything else I can get. And everything else.
The 13-year-old sock door is probably best left. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's a present we're bringing back for Aldred.
You can wash them in the docks. Yep. Okay. Anything incriminate? So the most likely locations, the stuff that could incriminate, would be the study, the den, the master bedroom, because it's it's kind of very personal, and where they will keep stuff that they would want to keep themselves, and possibly the library. But that's again, it's a semi-public space. So those are the most likely places you would imagine.
So study, library, master bedroom. Was there another one there?
The den.
The den.
Yeah.
So is it wise to split the party here?
So from bottom left on the map, is that library, study, den?
2 seconds. Because every time I do this, it. Okay. So on the
Left
Ground
hand.
floor, bottom left.
Yeah.
What's that?
so that is the
bottom
parlour.
What's the rectangle above that? Below the
It's the
stairs.
den and trophy room.
And then
Is the library the big room north of that?
Yep. So you've got the library, is the big room, and then you've got the study, which is in between,
Right, okay.
above the stairs.
Oh god, how are we going to get over without going through the Great Hall?
I still think we're going to have a window between this guy's people turning up and the Gralhunds leaving.
Maybe.
And then if the Gralhunds can come back early, because Aldred's pissed them off, then this guy's going to kick people out. Do
He
sweep.
will have pissed them off.
Yeah. Well, even though if he just deliberately pisses them off so they leave early, then this guy's going to have to get his people out.
Even if we're going to have to get out as well.
No, he's going to have to get his people out quicker.
Yeah.
So they're going to do one. So someone's going to have to distract. So Zerelda's probably going to have to play interference at the main gate, pretend like she can't get it open or something.
Yeah.
We could finish. We could get out of wherever it is we've secreted.
So just remember the way in which I've been describing Erstal is that it's almost like he owns the place. So yeah, in modern day, you'd say he's got some photos or something of
yeah. So if they come back early, they're gonna just
they're gonna sit in the servants' quarters and wait for him to be done.
You don't know how the dynamic will play out, but there's definitely some unusual status dynamic at play here.
What weapons you all taking with you?
I'm going Warhammer.
Well, you're a guard, so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, it's not like they want you to turn up unarmed, is
Yeah.
it?
Do I buff my armor or my weapon?
Armor, I think.
I'll bump it so I'll put my miscellaneous bonus on my armor.
Who might need to buff our charisma is what we're gonna have to do.
Well, I'm rocking. I've taken bless with me.
Okay.
I've also taken blindness and deafness.
If it was a
I've
powerful
also got blindness and deafness and invisibility.
any magic we have on the go, a powerful wizard might be able to sense.
Yeah, the guy. I think the guy's a bit all mouth, no trousers. To be honest, you reckon he had a load of money and he had a bag full of copper.
What, man?
I really don't think he's gonna. If he's got some all powerful wizard on his side, he's not gonna be. They'd be going to meet at the wizard's house. They wouldn't be coming to him.
Iggy, have you listened to a word I've said?
Yeah, and that's still my outcome.
No, baby.
Baby.
We're all gonna die.
I really do want to listen in on this conversation between the Zhents.
So you want to be? Well, you stand near a door.
And go in the ring, can't they?
In the middle of the map is that fireplace between the
Did you just become a
in
saint?
the Great Hall.
Yeah.
So is that a double-sided fireplace?
There's a fireplace in one and a fireplace in the other. You don't know quite, what the crack is.
It might be one of them ones you see all the way through if you're looking. You can just stand the other side of it and listen.
Well, it's like the cool one in Indiana Jones 3 that just rotates around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the map is the Nazi headquarters. You can see.
Yeah. There is a fireplace directly above it, so they probably share a chimney. If you wanted to listen.
The building regs, would be a nightmare.
I'm assuming building regs in Waterdeep ain't great.
Oh no, they're pretty advanced actually.
I know, they have like a million different guilds for like every part.
Yeah,
of
they've probably got
ridiculous.
Building Regs Guild.
There's more than that. There's like ones just for your roof. There is ones just for your roof. That's how like, specific these guilds get.
The building regs guild is like one step above the traffic warden.
Is there a how to rob a noble house guild?
No.
Yeah, but you're not good enough to get into it.
Yeah.
You got to rob a noble guild house to get in. That's the entry requirements.
Yeah, and I'm not friends with a Thieves Guild.
And it's called the Xanathar's Guild.
You could set up your own one based out of Troll Skull.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, get murdered by the competition straight away.
Ben, are you wearing Donolo's Sith Apprentice dark robes now? What's going on?
Is that a dressing gown?
Yes, it is. I'm cold.
What are you eating on?
It's because you live in the Crystal Maze, that's why.
There is something going. There's definitely some sort of 80s geodesic shape behind him.
It's cool.
Oh,
It goes on.
Oh, jeez.
So I'll ask again, but do we have a plan?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So we'll turn up, rest, be introduced to the rest of the guards, be informed what everyone's role is in the evening shift, and then
I'll do a standard induction tour.
yeah.
That'll be an all-staff briefing.
Yep.
If Ode wants to listen in on the conversation, like, I don't know how close you'd be able to get, but how about Ode and someone else, like, hang around outside as, like, actual guards and try and listen
Yeah,
in?
we'd be posted at
And then
the
two
guard.
people wander around these different rooms to try and find things. Would that be good?
Well, presumably we're gonna scout these rooms anyway when we get there because we've got to check to. This guy's going to want to make sure no one's lurking around, so we'd have to make a pretense of checking rooms before his people came in.
That too.
Yeah, we have to make it look like we're professional guards.
So check rooms when they show up. Guard. 2 of you can guard, and 2 of you will do like a thorough search. Is that the plan?
There's an element of playing this by ear.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
I mean,
If we get there and it looks like it's not worth our hassle to kind of be sticking our noses in, then we won't be sticking our noses in.
I definitely think Iggy and I should not do any searching at all.
Yeah?
Just because I think it's going to need stealthy people.
Oh, well, yeah, there's an element of that. I was going to say, well, I'm pretty good at looking for serious shit.
Yeah, he is, because he's got high wisdom. He is good for super stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
He says in character.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at looking at shit.
Is he pulling around in twos then?
Yeah.
Remember, you got Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Oh, yeah, so we've got 3 lots of twos. They're going to be a liability.
I think they are.
Why don't each of you babysit? No,
Oh God, I'm not getting on one of them.
Human shield.
Well, it occurs to you, Ode, that possibly Fenn and Iggy are better safe breakers than Tweedledum and Tweedledee ever could be. But it's your spot.
They can watch from the road outside.
Tweedledum was a safe cracker. What was Tweedledee?
Over his head.
Mm-hmm.
I think one was a getaway driver who's really good at driving carts really fast.
But, yeah, Ode has to remember this is what they say they're good at.
Yeah.
How much do you believe them?
Well, this is part of my downtime actions. We're getting 2 people that were relatively competent.
Yeah, you got a safe cracker, and I can't recall the other one. In fact, I think I left it with you to decide.
No, we didn't decide on one in the end, but it's been so long.
Okay.
Zerelda, is there actually a safe there?
Don't know.
Oh, I
don't
wouldn't
know.
think like that.
I can crack a safe.
I can probably crack.
Yeah,
So.
and if all else fails, Ziggy can hit it.
I can probably heat metal and just melt it. If we really want it.
I
Melt all
will
the
remind you
gold
that
inside
gold
it.
has a low point.
Yeah, then you melt it, and then tilt the safe, and it rolls out.
Yeah,
It slops out.
still
No,
gold.
no one
when
said it
it's
was
tested again.
watertight.
Yeah, liquid gold could flow out of smaller holes.
You got a safe cracker and you got a con artist.
Brilliant.
Well, one of them should be pretty good at pretending to be a guard then,
Yeah.
and the other one can hopefully
Pretty good at
crack
cracking
safe.
saves.
Yeah.
Is the
I found the thing. You said a good safe breaker
Mm-hmm.
and a good disguise guy.
There you go.
Oh,
Disguise guy.
Too
can
late,
the
too late.
disguise guy
Yeah.
assess our disguises then?
Yeah. See how I rolled.
One was a gnome priest of Gond. The other one was a tiefling that worked in the theatre.
Oh, there you go then. I was creative at that point.
Yeah,
You clearly hadn't spent a day with a 6 and 7 year old.
Yeah, no. No, put it down. No, put it down. Right, can you just put it down? Right, if I'm going to have to ask you again, you lose interpret privileges. Okay.
You're the con man, though. That'd be cool.
Okay, so the gnome priest of Gond is called Whizcrack, and the tiefling who works in the theatre is called Fireter.
Fine.
I thought you were going to call him Disguiso.
Disguise.
Mysterio.
No,
That's a small-
Disguiso's his stage name. So Fireter has a look at these disguises. Let's have a butcher's at what happens there. I think it ends badly, frankly. I can't find my tower because I put it down there, but I'll just
Oh,
go
that's a
there.
suave-looking tiefling.
Yeah, he comes up. He's kind of like quite well dressed, but it's all costume. Oh wow, yeah, he's like, sorry boys, you look exactly the same. And he shakes Iggy's beard, and all the soot just cascades out.
Clearly, I rolled bad. I had a +5.
Yeah, your dice weren't helping you out on that, Badger. Let me tell you. And he did roll a natural 20 on that check as well. He has a look at Ode and just touches it up a little bit. And he thinks you're probably passable, Fenn.
No. Shall we improve yours then? Iggy?
Roll me a D100. Ode, roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Ooh, return to fantasy.
Percentile. In the tower or the normal thing?
Just no.
63.
Not terrible.
Wizcrack, after you've kind of briefed him on the job, and I'll just say this to you, Ode. He says, I'm a bit nervous about this one, boss.
Why?
Word on the street says there's some Zhents in there. High ranking. Or at least in Waterdeep, high ranking.
I don't give a damn if they're low rank, high rank, under my rank.
And they've got a nimble right. The Gralhunds have got a nimble right. So I don't think I can be in there because it's a Gond thing.
Wizcrack, I need you on this.
Let's have some persuasion.
Ain't no one better in Waterdeep at cracking safes than you.
Well,
I cough in the corner.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Persuasion. There we go.
Oh, very persuadable.
Well, I'm really nervous about it, Ode. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'll come along because you won't find better. But I'm not going up against the nimble right.
I ain't asking you to.
Oh, I'm just telling you.
I'm asking you to crack safes, not heads.
Well, I'm just telling you. That's all. And if the Zhents get wind of this, I'm probably going to have to exit the city.
It's all right. Zerelda's got a bag of gold for you.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay.
I meet any Zants while in there. They will not be leaving with their lives.
God,
We're leaving with yours.
Ode's reliability.
Yeah, he is. He totally is.
We've known that from day one.
Okay. So that's what Wizcrack says, yeah. Firetread does you up quite nicely as well. Sort the disguises.
Nice one.
And Firetread does Fizzcracks. Let's see how well that goes. Okay. Passable. Okay. So, shall we move into this then?
Yeah.
Let's
Let's set fire to this bag.
So, what time are you aiming to get there? So, the Gralhunds are going to leave around about early evening, 6 or 7.
I say we get there about 5. It's going to look less.
Before the Gralhunds leave.
Yeah, he's only bringing guards in. We're not going to be like presented to them. He's going to presumably bring us in through the thing and introduce us to the rest of the guards.
He's not going to want to know who we are.
We'll be coming in through the wide open back entrance anyway.
I'm a lady.
Go straight to the guards' barracks.
Shield.
I may be stronger than y'all, but
So, yeah. We'll go to the guards' barracks then, you think, like straight away and kind of lay low there until.
Yeah, come in through the
No,
stables, head for the barracks, be introduced to everybody.
Okay, so Zerelda, Ode in disguise, Fenn in disguise.
I'm not in disguise.
No, so Zerelda, Ode in disguise, Fenn in disguise, Ignatius in disguise, Whizcrack in disguise.
Yeah.
Tweedledum Tweedledee.
That's a lot of people to come in one go.
That's 7.
I'm happy with Whizcrack going. I'm not happy with Tweedledum.
Yeah, okay, you stand Tweedledum
They
and
can
Tweedledee down.
watch outside,
I
yeah.
assume they're the
Yeah.
same people.
They make
Are
they
they-
make masses of noise about it, but in a not really wanting to go away.
Hold me back, lads, hold me back.
Why don't you say it's like, oh, this is the most important, guys. You are getaway drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need
send
you
them off
to
to
look
find
out.
What are we looking out for, boss?
Dragons.
You'll know it when you see it.
Dragons.
Yeah,
Oh,
dragon.
you're gonna leave it up to them to know. Yeah. That's gonna be
Yeah.
bad.
What kind of shit quest giver are you? Okay, yeah, so
When you see it.
Think you can get a cart and some horses?
yeah. Yeah, we'll get them for the Eltorchul place. That's never defensive.
Apparently they're all in disrepair. We couldn't even use one the other day, so yeah, go for it.
They can't afford guards at that place. Say what you want.
Yeah.
Sock.
There's arcane locks and a lot of things now. There's arcane locks and a lot of things.
The Eltorchul place, or Sock Manor, as it's called.
I mean, it'd be
Sockless
sockless, man.
man.
Yeah.
No, it's a place where all the socks come from.
Not anymore.
Used to come from. And you got any more info on where we could find a good quality carpet? Okay, so yeah.
Meet me at the end of Troll Skull Alley tomorrow. You'll get a good.
Well, we're gonna get in this house. There's gonna be a really good carpet in the middle of the great hall.
Oh, no,
We're just gonna be like, oh god, this isn't gonna go to plan.
They're
Then.
rolling it up while
Yeah.
trying to stab people. Underwaving into the middle.
Oh, it's just moving powerful wizards out of the way. Excuse me, well, I'll just roll this up.
Tries to tug it.
Yeah.
They all fall prone.
Perfectly
Everybody has
legible.
advantage.
I have to inspect this. It could be a mimic. Stand back,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Let me ignite my warhammer.
And he starts grabbing like everything off the table. Could be a mimic. Could be a mimic. Could be a mimic.
Yeah.
So you're shown. You're shown through the stables. Zerelda kind of vouches for you and says the extra guards for tonight. Well, you've set a bit of groundwork, and then you're shown into the guard barracks. Half of the guards have been stood down, which wasn't your intention, Zerelda. Urstel is stood there, and he kind of looks at you each. Make me a perception check. Ode.
Oh, only Ode.
Who?
Ode.
You
Oh.
make a perception check.
Perception.
So these the guards, are they? These are the special ones. And as soon as you say special ones, something triggers in the back of your head from when you were in captivity.
Oh god.
And that particular phrase, special ones, was something that one of the guards, one of the chief guards of the complex that you were kept at, would say. And it meant you were going into solitary. So you're one of the special ones into solitary. You're one of the special ones. And it's, completely triggers you, and you kind of close look at him. And
Post-traumatic stress.
yeah, kicks in a little bit.
That's
And you
rocking.
think through the haze of the memory, this could be one of the people that was there. It's quite hard to tell. One of the things that they did was change you so your faces were only looking at the walls.
And this is one of the Zentara. And this is one of the guards.
This is Urstel, who is the guy who's got dirt, you reckon, on the Gralhunds, who kind of swans around.
Right.
And he's the person who's having the soiree tonight.
He's the big bad. Or one of.
Medium bad.
I'm gonna kill him.
He looks
The
at
plan's
you.
already gone wrong.
He stops in front of you, and kind of like scratches his chin a little.
Surely you'd only recognise the back of his head.
Says, turn around. No,
Hello.
Do you actually say? Brilliant.
Okay.
Gotta change your voice, make it sound more relevant.
Oh, I say.
This is very nice, isn't it?
I have to say.
I've got to say.
It's very nice to meet you.
I think you should be using the past tense about those people. We just summoned a demon. My name is Theron, so pleased to meet you. Yeah, and he looks at you and okay, nods. Just make sure that we're not overheard. And he's looking at you, Zerelda.
Yes, that was the agreement. I think we should check the rooms around the hall before your guests arrive, though, if you would leave us to do that.
Okay.
Just to ensure that there's no one lurking.
Okay. We'll wait until Lord and Lady go off to that sock fucker, the Eltorchul.
Oh, don't you worry. Discretion will always be there when I need well.
The pupil fucking academy of the Eltorchuls.
Everyone knows.
Hey.
Yeah, we heard about
Let's
their
not
elders.
resent the language.
I don't dispute the claim, but I just resent the language.
I've been singing songs
make
about
love.
it all over town.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he kind of heads off.
So we just like introduce ourselves to the rest of the guards.
Very narrow their eyes and look at you. The guards that have kind of like who aren't there are probably the ones that are most loyal to the Gralhunds. You know, the longest serving, most positive. So the ones that are left are more the mercenaries that are disgruntled about their pay.
These guys get paid $1.50.
Okay. The servants are very, very busy in the laundry room and the kitchen, particularly, kind of preparing foodstuffs, and then the evening meal is had, and the Lord and Lady head out in their finery, and they're leaving their kids behind.
They're leaving the kids behind.
Yeah. Yep. They're taken up by the nursemaid into their room. They are likely to be doing a bit of studying before they have to go to bed. They're going to have a bath, and then they're allowed a couple of cartoons, and then they've got to go to bed. They've got to read, brush their teeth, read, and then they're allowed 10 minutes of DVD time before sleep.
Scrying ball time.
Are we going to do this then?
Oh, where do we start?
Let's whisper, because the other guards won't think that's suspicious.
Also, you only fake names.
We're already in. Are we able to check the hall?
Right, new
okay.
boy. We need to go and check these other rooms while I'm showing you around the place, just so you can get your bearings, of course.
Yes, boss.
Everyone else, y'all know where you need to be. On the gates. On the
Captain.
gates.
They kind of file out. All take a close look at you guys. Note down in their little notebooks physical details. One man comes up with a cloth and starts scratching at his beard.
It's nice to meet you too.
Make a deception roll there, Road.
They don't think it was nice to meet you.
He was clearly
They know you're lying.
No! script now.
Let's call the whole thing off.
I mean,
He just blurts out, "I'm going to kill you all." What? Nothing.
or maybe they think you're the most uptight, snooty
Elf ever, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When I say it was lovely to meet you, I don't mean it was lovely to meet you. I mean it was fucking terrible.
So one of them asks you
I
in
can't read
Elvish.
that. Ooh, look, one of them asks you something in Elvish.
You can
It's a
speak
good thing I
Read it.
speak Elvish.
Look, it, isn't it?
It's in the chat.
Oh yeah, it is in the chat.
I'm from Silvery Moon, you see. Maybe you've been there.
Oh God, no! Don't go further into depth.
Oh.
Oh well, that makes 3 of us. Come along.
Take an inspiration, no, Zerelda, you already have one.
Zerelda with the save.
That was good. That was good.
Awesome.
Well played, well played.
Oh, I already had inspiration.
I know.
Yeah.
Shame. Shame.
I'd love to talk to you more in greater detail, but my boss
Not
is...
now. Come on.
I'm just shoving him out the door now.
Yes, boss.
I know you elves like to chat like widowed wives or something. Widowed wives, I don't even know what that is. Old wives. Falls him out. I like it. I like it. Yep. Okay. So you kind of go out through the door back into the gardens, and then through into the kitchen where the servants are kind of like shoving you along as well because they've got washing and stuff to do.
Yeah. Into the Great Hall then.
Okay, then you head up through the laundry room and then past the stairs up into the Great Hall.
Yeah.
And the Great Hall is pretty great. There's two.
I've seen that.
Yeah, you probably have, but this is pretty sumptuous. 2 iron chandeliers hang from a dark mahogany ceiling, and there's a long dining table carved from red larch wood, which has a great sheen on it. There's chairs surrounding the table, and there's a particularly tall and elaborate chair at each end. It's wood-panelled walls, there's some fine tapestries, and there are wooden cabinets, and you can see through the glass that they contain fine dishes, silverware, candlesticks, that kind of thing. There's the massive fireplace, and it's got a black marble mantelpiece that's got a framed family portrait above it. And you recognise Lord and Lady Gralhund, and you assume 3 children, though all look younger than their current ages. And there's a black Labrador in there, kind of as well.
So, boys, after we've inspected this room, no one is to go back in here. Erstool has guests tonight, as I'm sure you have gathered. That is why you are here, and he does not wish to be disturbed. Your objective, make sure no one comes in here.
How do we pass through here, though, without being seen? Or do we leave someone?
We look round now, and then we get out. We go upstairs, and then we can always use the back stairs to come back into the kitchen.
Okay.
So that would mean that the library and the study you won't be going to.
Later on.
We're in the Great Hall. Can we not nip into there now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the premise of the tour, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to continue the tour? Have you got your umbrella?
So, just up here we have the library.
So the wood-panelled library has tall bookshelves that are packed with tomes. There are sliding wooden ladders mounted on rails so that you can easily access the higher shelves. In one corner, the top corner, stands an iron lectern, and it's got a closed, locked, leather-bound tome resting on it, like a big Bible style. And there are 2 padded chairs that are facing a large fireplace, and there's a wolf skin draped over one of the chairs.
I want that skin.
Boys, if you're having a look around in here, I suggest you do it quickly.
Can we look in the den? Let's split.
So you kind of have a look then at the study. So just give me 2
Study,
seconds.
sorry.
We need to look
So
at
the
that book.
door is locked.
Fenn, door.
Can I check it for traps?
Make a perception check.
In the tower, or
Yeah, in the tower, please. You don't seem to spot any any traps. And everybody just generally make perception rolls for me, please, in the tower. Iggy, you hear, and Zerelda, you hear kind of steps outside. They pause by the library door, you think, and then you hear them move on and head up the stairs. Quite heavy steps.
Shh, shh.
Yeah. You want to continue showing me around the other bit of the Great Hall, Zerelda?
Showing me around.
Why, yes.
So if we head out and you two kind of
Great Hall.
secure this room, and then we'll be back.
shall I pick this lock, Ode?
Yep.
Do you want it in a tower?
No.
Gotta see this. Wowzers.
Click goes the lock as you pick it.
And I'll be like, after you, Ode.
Iggy, check behind them curtains. Make sure no one's there.
I'm looking under the tapestries.
Yeah, there's nobody there. So you head into the study. There's a 10-foot square canvas wrestling mat sprawled on the floor in the middle of the room. Around the edges of that, there are velvet armchairs, small statues of naked men on pedestals, and tall mahogany bookshelves arranged neatly around the room. There's a mahogany desk in one corner, but it's got quite a bit of kind of dust on it, and you know how desks get when they're in use and stuff is sprawled around them? It's not all like that.
You said there was a big mat.
Yeah, that's
Wrestling
right.
mat.
Wrestling mat.
Wrestling mat.
So essentially canvas with a bit of padding underneath.
Lift
Can I
it up
check
and have a look
underneath?
underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the floor.
No secret compartments.
Make me a perception. Investigation check, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one I always struggle with: perception versus investigation.
No,
I might be able to.
find
What's my?
anything.
Isn't one like what looking at stuff? One's
You-
looking for stuff.
Don't find anything. Yeah, I'm generally using investigation as like the search and perception as scanning an area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems right. Yeah.
That's the mat done. The bookshelf.
Okay. So you pull off some of the books.
Is the actually before Gasper roll? Is the bookshelf? Having seen a map of this place, would the bookshelf be like against the wall, the outer wall?
No, against the
or-
inner walls.
Inner wall. Okay.
The stair side or the library side?
The bookshelves against both of those sides.
Okay.
The stair side, did you say?
Both
Both.
sides.
Oh, both. Okay, then.
You take one side, I'll take the other. We'll investigate, see
yeah.
if there's anything suspicious.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Okay, so you're pulling the books off, and most of the books are fake. They're boxes made of painted cardboard. In a handful of the boxes, there's some hand-drawn pornography and some salacious poems, but nothing more than that.
I think this is just a locked sex room.
So, did you want perception or investigation?
Oh, right,
Investigation. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Never mind.
Iggy and Zerelda, Erstal comes down the stairs and looks at you. What are you doing?
We're securing the room.
I don't know. That That tapestry is flush against the wall. What did you expect to find? Come on, out. It's not going to be long until my contacts are coming.
Very well.
He starts to kind of like move you towards the laundry room.
Come along, Ignatius. We have to get out of here now.
Thanks for
He
using
looks
my-
at you
thanks for
slightly.
using my non-fake name.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yes, boss. Didn't you want us to check the additional rooms, though?
that is very prudent of you. Yes, we should do that, if you don't mind, Erstu.
Where are you going?
Well, there's those 2 doors over there we haven't looked in yet.
Oh, I think it will be fine. It's starting to get a little suspicious now. Your job is to stop people from coming in.
And we will. Come along now.
Yes, boss.
So me and Ode heard that.
Yeah.
So we'll. Can I lock the door again behind us? That
Yep.
study door.
Yeah.
So we're in the library now. We're gonna have to listen out at the door until footsteps have gone.
So
We've actually checked the library for anything yet, have we?
No, not yet. We need to check that book.
he moves you.
Yeah.
He moves you, Zerelda and Iggy, out into the laundry room, and then closes the door behind you. And you can hear him muttering under his breath. Then he calls you back, Zerelda.
Yes, Erstu.
So it's gonna be Davil Star Song is going to be presenting himself at the gate shortly. The stables gate. You let him and the people with him in and show him straight through into the Great Hall. Then you can stand outside, guard the place.
Very well. Do we know how many are coming with him?
There should be 4 others.
I
A
see.
dwarf, a human, a halfling, and a half-orc.
Very well. They will be delivered straight to you on arrival.
Good. Okay, so you guys are in the library.
Mm-hmm.
The lectern.
Yep.
Select them with the book.
So
Scream S.
it's got it kind of looks a bit like a spell book, actually, similar to the one that you've seen kind of in the Eltorchul's place, and it has a lock on it.
Do we pick this? Do you have much experience with spell books, Ode?
Sounds like a no.
Yeah, I do.
Let me check it first. I want to check it for trap. Make sure that book isn't trapped. I like the lectern.
Can you make a perception check for me?
In the tower or normal?
In the tower, please. No, normal.
Ugh.
You don't think that there's any traps there, but you're getting a bit of a feel at the back of your neck. It just feels a bit sus. It's a really fine quality lock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust
Take
this
it on the
book.
way out.
Possibly.
There's always stealing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We'll take it on the way out. What about any of the other books in the library? Are they all just the same, fake on the inside?
No, these are books. These are genuine books. There's a collection of the classics. There's historical texts, plays, scripts, novels, and poetry. It looks almost like it was bought job lot. A lot of them have the same printer, the same kind of bindings and stuff. So it's almost kind of like somebody's gone and said, right, we need a library, boom, off you go, buy everything that the Encyclopedia Waterdeepica has.
So they
on
all
offer.
look like new. They all look like they haven't been opened, barely.
No broken spines.
Not very many of them being open. The ones that have been open mostly are the novels and the poetry.
In which case, can I check for Well, any lack of in a library, stuff like that's going to get dusty or attract dust. Any ones that have been like noticeably touched?
Yeah, there's 3 that have been quite heavily touched. Homeland, Sojourn, and Journey are the names of the books.
That's great.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Can I try and remove either 3 of those?
Yeah, you pocket those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah.
I really want that wolf skin on that chair. Might be a bit obvious if I take it though.
Just a bit.
No, I'll be fine.
You've run out with a wolf skin over your head.
We'll get it on the way out.
Yeah.
We need to find. We need to find a way upstairs, and we should probably stay upstairs for the remainder. We could always jump out a window if we need to.
I'm wondering if my.
Can I listen at the door and see if I can hear anyone in the Great
Perception
Hall?
check.
Uh-oh. The dice tower.
Oh, did you go in the tower?
No, it's okay. As a preference, perception checks. I'd like to go into the tower as a preference. So you can hear somebody kind of moving around and kind of seating themselves into a chair, and then the thud of something hitting the table, and some muttering. You're at the stable gate, Zerelda. Is Iggy with you?
Yeah.
5 figures arrive. One is Davil Star Song. Introduces him as such. He's an elf. He is, and they're all wearing normal clothing, reasonably good quality clothing, kind of upper middle class clothing, business style. If this was the modern day, they'd be turning up in black suits with white shirts and black ties style.
Reservoir Dogs.
Very much. Devil Star Song, I believe we're expected.
Well, I believe you are too. Would you like to follow me? And I'll take you through to Erstul. He's expecting you in the Great Hall.
They follow you. So you recognise Iggy on the dwarf female. She has the sigil of Vergadane, who is the dwarven god of essentially rogues. Basically, I think it's technically luck and stuff. 2 seconds.
Would I know a greeting that would be appropriate for someone who's in?
Yeah.
So Moradin's not a big fan of Vergadane.
So in my upbringing, would I have been alerted on things to look out for that would indicate? Or could I greet her in a way that would be familiar to her, that obviously is not going to piss her off?
Yeah, there's greetings that you can make about the Dinsamor, which is the dwarven pantheon. You can say in dwarvish if you want.
Yeah.
So wealth, luck, chance, non-evil thieves, entrepreneurial skills such as suspicion, trickery, negotiation, sly, cleverness.
It's a non-evil.
Non-evil thieves is the patron of those, but that doesn't mean that evil thieves don't somehow worship.
Yeah.
Vergadane, the master merchant.
I'll just say.
Just start shitting on Moradin and apologise later.
Ode, where are your other 2 goons at this point? Are they still in the barracks?
We left Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
No,
Let's say I think you're bringing Wizcrack. So let's say Wizcrack is with you guys in the study.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, Iggy? Sorry.
I've spoken to her.
So you've identified yourself as a member of the. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I don't see. I don't think any of us see, do we?
It's in the chat. No, only
No,
Iggy. Only
none
Iggy
of us
knows
have.
that.
Morbid,
She's slightly
yeah.
surprised. And she says, which is the traditional response. And then they kind of move on, but she's slightly confused, I guess. The halfling skitters along. They're all very silent. The half-orc smells you both. And then you're shown through. Show them through into
Are we
the
coming in through this door near the stables?
same
then?
way that so they're coming through the stables, going through the grounds, then out through the
when we get-
kitchen.
So is the kitchen the one in the middle?
Yeah.
So I'm going to walk to and open the door to the bottom of the map then, as if we're going to show them through that way.
Okay. Which way are you going, Zerelda?
Sorry, the door to the bottom of the map.
So there's 3 rooms in a row as you come off opposite the stables.
Yeah.
There's the laundry room where the thing goes. So I'm suggesting we take them through the pantry by basically walking up and opening the door to the pantry.
Okay.
Merely drawing attention away from the library.
The library's miles away.
No, but as in if they're coming in through this bottom door rather than through the top door.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
rather than walking all the way around the grounds?
No, I meant so we're bringing them in from the stables across the short bit of ground.
At the side door, but then going south on the map.
Yeah, rather than north. So if we're coming in, if you can hear them coming in from the south, hopefully you might listen.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I open the door into the pantry, and then I'll open the door into the great hall and announce them.
Yeah, okay, so the pantry is lined with foodstuffs, spices, tablecloths, preserves, cakes, water, ale, wine. And in there, as you surprise an older male man and a younger male halfling. The halfling is covered in flour. The older male, who's dressed as a butler, is kind of takes a pace away from the younger one and kind of looks a little bit shifty. And then kind of they both step out your way as you kind of file past, and then they go into the great hall, and then you announce them. I assume you're announcing them sufficiently loud.
Yeah, I'll be like, Double Star Song and Company for you, sir.
You hear that ode and Fenn, and you recognise it to be Iggy's booming voice.
We're stuck in here now.
Erstul is at the top of the table with his back to the library, with his feet on the table in the kind of like big chair. You kind of really in a condescending way, come on, sit down to these guys.
And then I'll step back out and close the door behind me. Sufficiently loud to hear it bang.
Yeah, Devil. You hear Devil say, "Tashlin, check the place." Schemo, you too. And you hear Schemo start to cast a spell.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, do we get to the opposite end of the library, right by the fireplace?
Right by the
Climb
fireplace.
up the fireplace. Go.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
that's
We're trapped in here now, unless we can find a way up.
The fireplace.
yeah. We'll take that book. We'll take the wolfskin thing.
Don't touch the book, but stay near it if he's going to identify anything magic.
Making choices.
What
Let's
are
get
you
up
doing,
the,
Zerelda and Iggy?
Back
It's not
through
what
the kitchen.
the butler said. It's not what it seemed.
About your business.
Yeah, I'll leave you to it.
In fact, I'm going to tell them to get out of this area and not to stay in the staff area.
Yeah, they move quite quickly.
We probably want to clear people from the kitchen and the laundry room as
Yeah,
well.
I'm literally just going to send all the servants and house help to their living areas upstairs.
Okay. The head up.
And I guess...
I think we should make sure that they actually go to their rooms. So let's escort them upstairs.
Yep, you escort them upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ode and Fenn.
If I look up this fireplace, can I see anything up? Chimney.
You've got dark vision, haven't you? So you can see out into the night sky, more or less.
Is there any more looks like openings further up, like a second floor fireplace or anything?
Yeah, it looks like that because the chimney has to curve around. So whether it's a separate flue or the same flue, you don't know. But you see the chimney. In fact, yeah. So what you would see is straight up, and then you would see the tiles as the chimney curved and then went further up.
Okay, there might be a way up here, Ode.
Yeah,
You any good at climbing?
I am.
I see being a runty half-orc's going to pay off now.
I'm not very good at athletics. I'm good at acrobatics.
I mean, size-wise.
Yeah,
I
size.
could be climbing up a fireplace.
Whizcrack, sorry, says I can't climb.
Wizcrack, take a look at that book. What do you think? There's something off about it. I can't quite put my finger on it there.
Okay, he takes a look. I was looking for a D20 then. Really? This one here.
How much will Wizcrack encumber, I guess? Are either of you got more strength than 8?
I've got more strength than 8.
I've got 10.
I think it's trapped, he says. There's something about that lock. It looks magical.
You reckon
There's some small sigils around the edge of it.
Do you think anything will kick it off if we just touch the book?
I don't know.
Damn.
Are there any windows in this?
They're all
thing? I know they were barred. But could you pass something through the bars?
No, they're like
crossbarred.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be crossbarred. Yeah.
There's the balcony though, isn't there?
The balcony's on the second floor, not.
We're gonna have to try and quietly climb this thing to escape. Oh, is there anything else in this room, do you think?
The carpet.
Yes, it's really well carpeted. It's one of the best, most sumptuous piles you've ever seen. You reckon at the Waterdeep market it'd probably get a pretty penny and also possibly exile for being a fence. And there's nothing worse than a carpet fence.
Yeah.
I think you guys need to get in the room while that guy's casting that spell.
Just trying to find some sort of secret compartment, which is what I was looking for with the books. Is there anything under the carpet?
You could be there for a while trying to take up the carpet. Make me an investigation check. So you escort the maids, Zerelda and Ignatius. You escort the maids back up through the and into their kind of quarters essentially, and you are into the servants' wing. Yep, they go there.
And I think I'll say to them that Lord and Lady Gralhund have asked why they're not currently in residence, that all the servant staff stay in their rooms and don't go anywhere else in the manor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's cool. You don't find anything unusual about the carpet.
I didn't realise we couldn't actually get into the rest of the upstairs from the servants' quarters.
Yeah.
Seems odd that you can't. I'd imagine there being a. I mean, it's a noble house. There's got to be some sort of passages, so they don't actually have to look at the staff.
Yeah,
that's an actual thing.
Of going in and tidying beds and clearing stuff away without being seen.
Yeah. So the map is what you're aware of, and the map's the map.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look for a door out of the servants' quarters into the rest of the upper floor then.
Okay. There isn't one.
Oh.
Do the walls feel particularly thick?
No.
Is there anyone in the second room from the right on the bottom of the map?
The butler, who you've told to stay there.
Yeah. Oh, was that the bottom? Oh, the and this is on the upper floor, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Damn it.
We locked the door to the library.
Can do.
Probably not in that short space of time. It's going to have to be up the chimney, isn't it?
I'll give you a leg up. You can climb up if you want.
And what about Whizcrack?
Do
Disposable.
you guys have ropes that you could lower down, or you?
Yeah, I've got rope.
Yeah.
That you can lower down if you get out.
I've got rope. I don't have a second floor map anymore.
We'll have to drag him up between us. So, yeah, we'll tie ropes to Fizzcrack and try and shimmy our way up the chimney.
Okay, so who's going first?
I will.
Okay.
Who has inspiration would be my question.
Nope.
And I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Would you like athletics or acrobatics or strength or
Athletics, please.
advantage?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. You kind of get in there. It's quite the most awkward thing is about getting into the fireplace. But once you kind of manage that, and it's really claustrophobic, you're getting covered in kind of soot and dirt, but you chimney yourself literally, kind of up through the chimney. So once you get moving, it's quite hard on the muscles, but it's not especially difficult. Okay, you're kind of getting up halfway. You get to where it curves, and that's really quite difficult because the curve isn't as big as your body, so you're kind of trying to worm your way through that. You kind of get there, and you feel the opening of the other flue. So both flues open out into the same chimney as it goes. So you could, in theory, tumble forward into what you think would be the ballroom.
What we think will be the
Ballroom.
Ooh.
Oh, what a mess.
We should have your tokens on the maps, actually. That wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing to do. Let's do
Hey, we're up and out the room.
Yeah, one out of three of us is.
Well, you can lower a rope down now.
Should I grab the book and then run up the chimney with it?
Should we let?
Should we let
So can I
Whizcrack
have a
go?
climb for you, please, Fenn?
Yeah, take the book. Go on, take the book.
Are you not lowering a rope down to help him?
Oh yeah, I've loaded a rope.
So you're lower. Okay, so Fenn, make your climb with advantage.
What can I use acrobatics, athletics, or just strength?
It's athletics, so it's strength.
God,
This is why I made sure I was proficient.
I am not proficient.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's hard work, and your arms and your back and stuff are burning a little bit, but you manage to worm your way up there. Pulling on the rope makes it a lot easier. So that's all fine. Let's give Whizcrack his with advantage.
Don't fuck it up, Whizcrack.
Whizcrack's up there like
Whoa!
Dude.
he's up there like a nomad of a pipe.
Flew up like Spider-Man. Superman.
Didn't even use the rope.
Just jumped. I thought you said you couldn't climb.
Well, there's a rope.
in his defense, there's a rope.
So you open out into the ballroom. So anyway, guys, Iggy and Zerelda, you have found out that you can't get into the other part of the house.
I'm going to go back down the stairs and stand by that doorway and try and listen for the discussion. No.
Okay, make a perception roll. Okay. And Zerelda, what are you doing?
I think I should go and check what the other guards are doing and just get a feel of where they are and redirect them.
Okay, so you head out into the kind of garden area.
Yeah.
Okay, so Iggy, it's a heated but almost whispered conversation. The emotion, you can feel the emotion coming through even if you can't quite hear all of the language. And the thrust of the conversation is that Erstal feels he's got the upper hand, and he name drops Manchun very many times. And the other figures are giving that credibility. They're not challenging it. They're not calling it out of hand or anything along those lines. And essentially, it looks like there's two factions of Zhentarim. There's a faction loyal to Manchun and a faction that's not loyal to him. And Erstal is trying to get them to join forces to recover something called the Stone of Allure. And he thinks he knows where it is.
Sorry?
Stone of Allure, OLO. R. And it's really quite skeptical. The non-Manchun faction thinks that Manchun is deranged and just can't be trusted.
Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarfish, and Infernal.
Yeah, okay. So every so often, two voices drop into Dwarvish, and they're having a separate conversation. Erstal really doesn't like that, and he calls them on it every single time. And from what you can pick up on that, they feel that his offer is a bit better than their common discussion suggests.
Shrewd businessman.
The other guards, Zerelda, are doing guardy stuff. You know, it's not a specifically a particularly taxing thing. So they're chatting, talking about what they're going to do next week when they get off. All stand to attention when you arrive, styly. Okay, we're going to have to be wrapping it up soon because it's ticking towards 10:30. So let's just do. So you're in the ballroom, Ode and Fenn.
Mm.
And the ballroom is pretty large. There's gilded mirrors, tasselled tapestries, stained glass lamps, and there's a stag's head made of blown glass mounted by the fireplace. And the marble floor has got blue veins running through it, and that's polished to a mirror-like sheen. And there are some crystal chandeliers that dangle from the ceiling that Ode absolutely thinks are fantastic and look a little bit tacky. And
We should get some of those in the.
in the
Oh, we
Trolls
should have these ones.
And there's a mural depicting depicting an orgy painted on the ceiling.
I'll take the painting.
It's the
ceiling.
It's the ceiling.
I'll come back for the painting.
Take the whole roof off.
I think the roof might be a mimic.
Oh, I have a feeling we need to go back in that book at some point, but
It's like reverse camouflage.
Do we know where?
now some of them kids are going to be some of the rooms up here.
Do we know which
assuming
room was
this-
Loxin?
Do you know what? Sorry.
Which room was? Is it? How am I pronouncing this? Is it Loxin?
It's all Floxin.
Floxin. Beg your pardon.
He's in the Great Hall, believe.
Yeah. Do we know which room was his, or which is the guest Is it a guest room or
Yeah, so
something?
there's a guest suite towards the south west corner.
We need to make our way there.
Make a doggy.
We need to be careful because some of the kids could be in these rooms as well.
And a dog.
Yeah, but the dog could have died.
Eh?
They were younger when that picture was painting was done.
But wasn't necromancy done to the dogs? Like, that was explicitly stated.
They were mastiffs.
Yeah, and they
No,
were outside.
Labrador.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll sneak over to the door and see if it's locked. Or
It
room
is
door.
locked, yes.
Shit. Can I see through it? Is there like a keyhole I can peek through?
Yeah, you can peek through.
Can I see if there's anyone on the other side in that
There's
corridor?
no one that you can see.
Can I hear anyone?
Perception
Perception?
check. Not really, no.
I'm going to quietly pick the lock.
Okay, let's have a lockpick check.
Oh, does it lock from this side or the other side?
It'll lock
Is
from the
it,
other
is it a
side.
key?
It'll lock from the other side.
Pick check. In a tower or normal?
Normal.
Eh.
It remains locked.
Okay.
Whizcrack.
Yeah, pretty much. Get Whizcrack there.
Do you say that to me?
He unlocks it.
Oh, I was going to try again if he had said that to me.
He looks
What, on a
at it.
5?
He looks
Does
at
he
it.
realise it's not actually locked and you were just pulling it the wrong way?
Yeah, it's a push door.
He looks at it and the lock just opens itself.
Where now, Ode?
You can hear voices drifting up the stairs.
It's a bit quiet. So there's a door straight opposite us, is there?
Yep, door straight opposite you, and there's a door to the left as you're looking south. The door to the left, you think, opens into the master bedroom.
All right, so we're around the bottom left-hand side.
Yes, so let me move you guys. So,
Right.
Fenn, Yoko. So this is the door that you just come through.
Yeah.
Do we sneak to the door south of us, or do you want to go in the master bedroom?
Why not the master bedroom? Let's go to the master bedroom.
Is that door open?
Can you move your tokens, guys?
Find my token now. Where the bloody has it gone?
It's on the map.
Oh, wicked. Right, well.
So the doors open pretty easily.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty well-appointed master suite. There's a wooden trunk resting at the foot of a large canopy bed in the southwest corner. There's a claw-footed bathtub in the northwest alcove, which is behind a freestanding mirror and a privacy screen. Hanging above the fireplace in the corner is a shield that bears the Gralhund coat of arms, and there are logs stacked neatly next to the hearth. There's tall mahogany wardrobes stuffed with expensive gowns and dress clothes, next to a pair of open glass doors that lead out onto the balcony, and the wardrobe's slightly ajar.
The wooden chest, I reckon.
Why is that wardrobe slightly ajar?
Can I hear anything in the room?
Make a perception roll. There's a very faint humming sound coming from the direction of the wardrobe.
I'm in sound, Ode.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
You've been able to do this entire time. Fuck's sake.
Fenn says. So what now? Invisible Boy and Other Boy and Whizcrack. Whizcrack.
I'm going to wait and see what Ode does.
Well, you're gonna wait and see the effects of what Ode does on account of him being invisible. Whizcrack leans forward and whispers, "I think this is where they keep the nimble right. I think I can hear it in its idle mode."
What the hell is a nimble right?
It's a mechanical person.
I was going to say he's the vibrating, just a
Like
sex
a
toy in the
guard.
washroom.
Yeah. It could be. Like a guard. A mechanical guard.
Possibly, but that would be quite a complicated model. I don't think we've sold any of those in Waterdeep.
An ode, while being invisible, will very, very slowly, gingerly open the door
I
of
don't think
the.
you can manipulate much when you're invisible without.
You
Oh,
can't
dude, you'll-
attack.
Well,
see-
you can't
you'll
attack or cast a
I'm not
spell.
attacking.
No, you can open
Sure,
the door.
you can gingerly open the door.
Yeah.
So you'll see the door open, and Ode, you see without the sword, this figure stood idle in the wardrobe.
Fucking
Weird.
hell. I was not expecting this.
That's fucking scary. That is.
Yeah, it's a bit disconcerting. It's about your height, maybe a little bit shorter.
Oh, can you jam the wardrobe shut just in case it comes alive?
I'll gingerly close the door. Is there anything I could,
Like wedge between the handles?
or barricade it, or?
There's a trunk. You kind of there's a hand mirror. You could use the handle of the hand mirror.
Yeah, so like if I put the handle over it.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah, got you. Yep.
It'll stop
So
it
you see,
from.
so Fenn, you see this mirror just rise and just
Hover.
go across.
I'll come in then and I'll approach the trunk.
Okay.
Is there a lock on it?
There is a lock on it.
Redeem yourself.
Yeah, I'll glance at
Open this.
Wizcrack. And I will attempt to pick the lock.
Go,
Well,
go,
I'll
go.
actually see if it's locked first.
It is locked.
Oh, right, okay.
It's that mechanical man based off Old Man Darkblade by any chance.
Oh, for God's sake. I'll try and pick it with my thumb.
Trying to show off, you do it with your eyes closed.
Oh, Wizcrack.
Wizcrack nudges you over and kind of like gets his own out. Pops open.
Oh man.
It appears to contain folded clothes and shoes.
Kind of carefully rummage through it and see if there's anything hidden in the bottom.
Make me a perception check.
Perception.
As you're rummaging through, you think that the bottom of it's fitted slightly too small. So you kind of jimmy something in and you open up a secret compartment.
Ooh.
And there are 2 holy symbols in there and 2 robes. Each is red and gold in colour and quite fine. Would you recognise these? Yes, you recognise the holy symbols as Asmodeus, the Duke of Hell.
There's some dirt right there.
That's not good.
I think you know what was in the big
Those
book. in the
are those
library.
holy symbols? Did you say?
Of Asmodeus, Duke of Hell, and red robes. They're into some weird shit. In the bedroom.
Fenn says at the end of the session, so I'm going to have to close it there.
Oh,
Okay.
You guys are doing really good, I have to say.
Well, the fact we're not dead yet.
we haven't been caught yet.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say caught was more what I was betting on.
There's chance right yet.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, that's okay. So yes, so you found holy symbols of Asmodeus. You found robes of Asmodeus, 2 quite fine ones, and you've heard a little bit of
Iggy overheard a lot.
heard some of that bizzle on the shizzle. But I think it was when Zerelda shuffled Iggy along that really I was about to press
Odalong.
I was Odalong. Yeah, sorry. I was going to press the nuclear button right there and then. I think. There we have it.
Yeah, we should have just murdered him at that point and just been done with it. We could have all piled on at that point. The guards don't like it.
Who's him, Ode, or the other guy? Okay, so it's 20-11, so I'm going to call it there.
Yep.
So thank you very much, guys. It's
Good fun.
interesting, all kind of like urban subterfuge and stealth. And next session, then I think we will finish off here, and we'll also have Aldred's meeting with the Gralhunds over at the old Eltorchul place.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah. This is where we discover that Aldred is also an Aussie on whatever his name is.
Asmodean?
Asmodeus.
Asmodite? Worse than Asmodeus, I think is what
Yeah.
you say.
Aldred's going to turn up and be like, they gave me this wonderful gift, this beautiful red robe. I'm gonna be like,
I said words,
they asked
sign
me
a
to come to the
contract,
meeting.
it's fine.
Yeah, they asked me to come to a meeting with a lot of their friends.
They asked me if I was a virgin for some reason. I don't know.
I suspect it's a pyramid scheme, so I agree, but I'll just have some free food and get out. Okay, so the next session today is what's the day? Today's the 19th.
5th of March.
So it would be the 5th of March, yeah.
Okay, what am I doing next Tuesday? I think I'm okay next Tuesday.
yeah,
It's not next
Tuesday
Tuesday,
after
it's
next.
Tuesday after.
Yes. So
Sorry,
2 weeks today.
the 5th.
Yeah,
I
5th of
think
March.
I'm okay that Tuesday.
Ooh, that could be tricksy for me.
What's that? The 5th.
Yes, because I'm in
Where's
London
my
on the
calendar?
6th.
I
Should
will
be
warn,
okay. Should be okay.
I'm basically out from the 8th till about the. So if we had to move it, I couldn't do anything else. Basically,
Yeah,
8th onwards, I'm away from the 8th to like the 18th.
I was thinking
What about
about going down on the Tuesday and staying overnight, but I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll be going down on Wednesday. I don't think Andy can take both days at home. So let's keep it Tuesday the 5th. So next session, Tuesday the 5th,
Cool.
where we will
Okay.
do the rest of these shenanigans, see how that ends, and also the Aldred's meeting with the Gralhunds. So anything to say, guys?
That was really fun.
Yeah,
Enjoyed that.
yeah, it was. Yeah, quite like that. Quite
I'm
like
still surprised I'm not dead.
the interesting thing is, the last session I was using like a set of random Waterdeep encounter stuff for quite a bit of it. So the one that I rolled randomly for Zerelda was you go down to what was it? You were trying to get a job and stuff, and incidentally, I actually randomly rolled as your encounter for when you were getting there or going there. Somebody sees you and offers you a job, employment. So I was going, oh, that feels all right. So that's kind of like where that whole thing kind of came from. But anyway, there we go. Okay, cool. So thank you very much, guys. So I don't know how many viewers we've had. I haven't had Twitch open at all, but I don't even know if I can check. And I should have this edited pretty quick because there wasn't much edit to do. So I'll see you guys later.
Cool.
All right, thanks, Paul.
Thank you. Thank
Cheers.
you for watching, everybody. And see you later. Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.